Blessings, everyone. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Spirit kind of nudged to do a oracle reading with 3 different decks. And this is the first for me. But what Spirit is basing it around it is the Divine Counterparts, which is a romantic, this is the Romance Angels Oracle. Then I'll be working with the Past Life Oracle deck. And the third one is the Ascended Masters. And I believe the principle of this is because the divine counterparts have such a long history through creation that there's a connection of a lot of past life things coming up right now. And so they're stepping into asking for the energy, which is what the romance oracle is going to bring through. And then the past life is kind of giving some of the things that are coming up in this life that they share, whether it's the archetype or whether it's a karmic thing that they're working through, because there's a lot of purging right now. And then the last one, which is the Ascended Masters, is who is working with them as they're coming through this. And also I've been working with this beautiful wand. This is new for me. It's got a gorgeous amethyst on it, some rose quartz, and some beautiful stones here, because there's been a lot of dragon energy, which is, again, all of this is new for me. I am completely unfamiliar with working with this energy, but Spirit has been saying so. Before I did the reading, I did a blessing on the cards and called on the dragon energy to help bring through some of this. And you can get wands I got from Sage of Stones. You can find him on Twitter under that name. Okay, the first thing I always like to do is say thank you to Source for allowing me to be a medium of light. And I ask the energy of the divine counterparts to please step forward so that I may bring a message for the highest good. And it's always the same. I will always shuffle 3 times. The first one always embodies Source. The second one moves the energy of Spirit. And the third one infuses the energy of Soul. And then what I do is I just move the cards. Whatever pops up, moves out of the deck. This one is being pulled up, so I'm going to take this one. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And so the message I'm getting very clearly is a lot of us have been doing a lot of shadow work, as I said earlier. I understand that the planets and the astrological aspects brings this around. You know, it depends on what your chart is and so on. I'm not very versed in these things, but right now it seems like everyone I'm talking to is going through this. It's almost like, wow, I thought I was done with Dark Night of the Soul, and here we go again. And this is definitely a next stage of the experiences that we're supposed to be having here. So just work through it, breathe into it, use your ceremonies, music, get lost in a beautiful book, go outside in nature, all the things that we do. It's all of us. We're going through this, so don't feel alone. But it's safe to love, because I feel like the message that's coming through is because we're going through a lot of shadow work and we're purging, there seems to be this concept, this idea that we have to do all this work first, and then we'll be able to be in that space of love. Or a lot of us are looking in the mirror, so to speak. We're walking through the hall of mirrors, and we're looking deep within, and we're questioning, are we lovable? Will this person see this in us and not be able to share this with us? We have so many expectations of ourselves, and we've put ourselves in a space of having to be at a certain point in the journey before the love is going to come. We've been wounded. Most of us that have gotten to this point have had all of our aspects just broken down. We're raw. We've had dreams of love shattered. People who we really thought was the one step aside, and it's drastic. It's not even like it happened in a way that was a slow recognizing. And some of us had to step away from people that we thought were meant for us because we had to choose ourselves over others because they weren't aligned. We've come into this place where some families are even breaking apart from it because the pull is so strong, the clarity is so strong, and we want to help. We try hard when we feel a romantic connection to someone to align with that, and we want to bring them clarity, and we want to help them on their journey and rise them up. But Spirit is showing us it's not happening. There's no more of this trying anymore. It's a magnet. The ones that are drawn to us, they're in the frequency. So there's no more of this trying. And there's no more waiting. It's safe to love now. Now's the time that we are being vulnerable and we're opening up. And all the stuff that we feel is unhealed or needs work, we are meant to do this together. That's what the frequency does. It's a polarity. It evens it out. And so the second card is, these are going to be for the past life. And what this is, they're explaining to me, what this will do is it helps us understand a little bit of a connection that we're having in this life. And what could be surfacing at this point for both of the divine counterparts that could be bringing up some of the stuff that we're going through right now. And this is a shared archetype or lesson that both the divine counterparts are moving through. And this is the arts. This is such a strong energy because what a lot of the divine counterparts are noticing is a profound connection of creativity together. They have spent many lifetimes creating, whether it's creating an energy system, whether it's creating light, sonic souls. They've created sound. They work with sound healing. They've worked with sound healing together for eons. Some of them are beautiful artists, and they're creating these images and visions of many lifetimes and source, angels, warriors. It's immaculate. And they're on that same frequency. They get it. Some of them are holistic healers that heal with different herbs and natural medicines, and they're being drawn to their counterparts because they've done this together. It is recognizable. As soon as that frequency hits with the arts, the creativity, that is a big bond. And that is something that Spirit and Source are bringing through right now in the guides. They're saying that they will feel some of their most profound, sorry, my cat is having a little day today. But they'll feel their most profound connection when they're connecting in that creativity, because it's who they are. They are sonic. They are sound. They're sound healers. They are the music. They are the light healers. They're embodying that. So what Source is saying is that it's safe to love, and try connecting in this space. Try being creative together. Don't worry about that it has to flow a certain way, or the poets. I have channel poetry, and I know that that's a sacred space. And so when I'm reading a poet that is on my frequency and resonates, it just opens everything up again. And I know that there is many, I'm using a poet as a example because I write. But they're saying that that is the space that blows it open. When you feel that connection, it opens up to source and it just flows. No matter how that is for us. But that sacred space, in the space of the divine counterpart connection, they blow that open in each other. So when they're sharing that, they're sharing poetry, they're reading each other's poetry, they can write poetry together, they can channel source. It doesn't have to be the perfect match, it has to be the frequency. It's the same expression that they're going to feel that. Okay. And the third one that I'm going to do is the Ascended Master that is going to be working with the divine counterparts right now to help them, to guide them through this, to guide them through the beautiful remembering the past life gift that they share together of the creativity and the arts, and feeling safe to love together. So I'm just gonna, oh, this one came out right away. And this one is freedom. Haina. And right away, this beautiful goddess deity is stepping forward and saying that there is the freedom when they decide that it is safe to love. The moon represents, Luna is a beautiful goddess of all that is hidden. And because we're coming through this energy right now with the shadow work, they're bringing through that the paradise that we're searching for, that we are looking for, that freedom, that beautiful space. There's a lot of Lemurian energy coming through with this one right now, is found in that trusting that it's safe to love. And they're bringing my attention right away to the flowers in the hair and around the chest. And they're saying it's our time to blossom. It's our time to do the shadow work together, because the divine counterparts trigger each other, and we know this. This is one of the things that is on social media that many of the teachers and the readers have come out and said that is true, that they will bring things out in each other. And this is the final stages. This is the freedom from this, is that they have to allow that. They have to allow the triggers, because they can't do that alone. There's things that are hidden deep within that sometimes, working through our ego work that we're doing, it doesn't bring it to the surface. It's not until we start resonating that frequency together that all the hidden elements are coming out. And we have to allow that. We have to feel safe. So she's working with us. She's helping us bring through these hidden aspects that we're coming to see and recognize and see in each other. And she's giving us this freedom. She's giving us this sense of paradise. She's giving us the sense of growth and blossoming, and encouraging us to do this together. That we spent so much time alone. A lot of us have withdrawn because we recognize that we're not resonating with a lot of society, so to speak, or we've stepped away. And the key is that once we meet our divine counterpart, we can walk into this together, because this isn't so much about changing society as a whole. It's about integrating the energy that we have embodied now. It's about fully expanding into this frequency. And when the divine counterparts have come together and They understand that they don't have to do all the shadow work alone, and it's time to stop hermiting and hiding away and waiting until the perfect time that you feel like you've done all this shadow work and then you can attract love. This isn't about that. There is this very strong message that's been coming through for me on a personal level of vulnerability. It needs to be something that we experience here. It's part of the compassion and the opening. It's the weaving and the interconnectedness. As one breathes in, source, one exhales, life, and it exchanges. Then the other breathes in, source, and the other one exhales, life. Skippy, my lovely cat, he's shaking the camera. But this is how this exchange works with the divine counterparts. They're breathing in and exhaling. It's a polarity. And so with these 3 messages today, I really feel that source and the guides and the ascended masters, angels, light beings, loved ones, galactic family, they're all saying it's safe, it's time. And they're asking us to remember that beautiful gift that we share. Not only is there an eternal romantic loving energy contract, but there is a purpose for this. There's a purpose because it's divinely guided. It's the light of source that's coming through both, and they spark this in each other. So the creativity between divine counterparts, whatever that is for them, is so very important. And the last one is the freedom. Allowing ourselves that freedom to create, to love, to heal together. And so I hope that this message is inspiring in some way, and that we are, as we're journeying through this, we're letting go of the self-consciousness and the needing to be alone, to step into this illusion of a space that we think we need to be in to be loved, because it's what we are. All my love and blessings, and thank you for allowing me to share this with you today.